one of the reasons you need to struggle inside of the gym is because it helps you so much outside of the gym. Everything that you do inside of the gym is practice and preparation for life outside of it. You know, so many people try to take the easy way out. You see people in the gym and they're just lollygagging, trying to get through their session with not much effort, just so that they can say that they went to the gym and they worked out. But I want to talk to you today about why you need to struggle when you're working out, and also about why this is good for you when you step outside of the gym. In other words, why struggle inside of the gym can help you in your normal everyday life outside of the gym. Because as you know, everything that you do in the gym is practice and preparation for life outside of it. So let's talk about that today. I am Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pep, bringing you a fit and flourishing future. I'm also the youngest son of Bill Johnson. I most certainly would love if you would go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you hear anything that touches you or inspires you today, then go ahead and just like this video. So let's talk about struggle. So when you are in the gym, it's important that you experience some struggle. And this is something that I know from personal experience. When I was uh, first starting to work out, I remember I went for my first session with my personal trainer, and he put me through the ringer. And I had never felt that kind of muscle soreness. Like basically after that first session, it was the first time I had ever felt that kind of muscle soreness in my life. But over time, I got accustomed to working out, and I got accustomed to struggling and intensity during my workouts. And now it's just something that is pretty much a natural part of my workout. You know, when I go to work out, I'm expecting and I am, in fact, inviting the struggle of it. Because if, there's no intensity, then you're not going to be able to, especially if you're trying to accomplish a physical transformation in terms of like how your physique looks, you're not going to be able to achieve that. So you have to have intensity, you have to have struggle, because that's what's going to cause the muscle adaptation. And without your body being forced to respond to, heavier loads or intensity in some other form. It's not always necessarily increasing the amount of weight. Sometimes it can be slowing the reps down. It can be increasing the reps. There are a lot of things that you can do to increase intensity. But the bottom line is, if you are working out and your intention is to make your body stronger, I mean, noticeably stronger, and especially to transform the way your body appears in the mirror, okay, then you're going to have to struggle. Okay, when you're in the gym, if you never make a peep when you're working out, then your workout just doesn't have enough intensity. All right, you're not struggling enough. I remember I was helping a guy one time. He's and well, he's overweight. There's no getting around that. But I was spotting him and basically just helping him out in the gym. He was doing some lifting, and while he was lifting, he would get to that point where he was doing reps, and he would start to slow down, and it would get tough. And I would tell him, no, struggle. Like I would literally tell him, you got to struggle. You got to struggle. You can get one or two more reps. I mean, I knew he could do it, but he didn't know he could do it, right? But by me being there and more or less, forcing is not the right word, but basically, let's just say I would not let him quit. I made him squeeze out another couple reps. He ended up, accomplishing something that he didn't think he could accomplish, because he assumed that he was finished when I could see that he had more, right? And so that struggle, and sometimes in order for you to build the right amount of intensity and to really induce that struggle into your workout. Sometimes you do need somebody there that's pushing you. That can be very helpful, whether it's a personal trainer or just a friend or an acquaintance at the gym who is spotting you and just telling you, look, I'm here. Try to push out one or two more reps, and don't worry because I'm spotting you. And if it does get too heavy, I got you. Like, okay, but struggle is very important. You have to force your body to adapt to more intense loads, a more intense workout, and then that's how, over time it will adapt and you will get stronger. Your body will start to transform physically as well, and your energy levels are also going to increase. I always talk about energy; it's so important. So the more that you go in the gym and you work out and struggle, the more your energy levels increase because you're increasing the quantity and the quality of the mitochondria in the cells of your body, right? And mitochondria produce energy. In a nutshell, that's what they do. Okay, so if you increase the quantity of mitochondria and you increase your mitochondrial health at the same time, then you're going to experience increasing energy levels over time. So it's strength, it's energy, stamina, all of these things increase over time. And we haven't even talked about the mental aspects. So this is what I want to talk about when it comes to outside of the gym. One of the reasons you need to struggle inside of the gym is because it helps you so much outside of the gym. Everything that you do inside of the gym is practice and preparation for life outside of it. When you're in the gym and you're lifting and you're putting in the reps and you're struggling and you finish that workout and you have that sense of accomplishment, then outside of the gym, what happens is some of the things that maybe in the past would have flustered you or have maybe they would have seemed like a really heavy burden, something that you couldn't bear. Uh, those things don't seem that way anymore, right? Because you have trained yourself mentally to not only face struggle but to overcome. You get through the struggle in the gym, and then when you step outside the gym, you feel like you can handle struggle in real life and things that seemed like just huge mountains to overcome previously. You start to realize, well, okay, yes, it might be hard, but I know that I have the ability to push through it because I've trained myself mentally for this already in the gym. Okay, and so this is the reason why you need to struggle in the gym, because it helps you so much when you step outside of the gym. And you know that in life, you're going to have situations where things happen unexpectedly. Sometimes you have people, whether it's coworkers or even friends and family, who are getting on your last nerve or they're trying to push your buttons. And you've got to respond in some way, whether it's sometimes not responding is a response, but you've basically got to respond in a constructive way, whether it is just brushing it off and not responding, or whether it is responding but in a constructive way and in a way that is where basically you stay in control, right? So when you're lifting and you're in the gym and you're struggling and you're handling that weight, of course, one of the things that you have to do at all times is control that weight on the way up and on the way down. You control that weight. And when you get outside of the gym, you're accustomed to the struggle in the gym. And so you use that experience. So this is why I want you to make sure that you embrace struggle. Okay. Embrace intensity. Put some intensity into your workout. Let it work its magic. Over time, it's going to produce a better you. It's going to produce a more resilient you. It's going to produce a stronger you. It's going to produce a you with much how do we say much stronger mental fortitude. Okay, so that when you get outside of the gym and you're not necessarily just lifting weights, but you're just living your life, you're going to be able to handle those situations. So this is my message for you today, okay? And I want you to go to www.bouncepep.com and check out the Passion and Purpose Project if you want to come to Japan and you want to work with us on what your purpose is and how you can pursue that purpose. And you want to experience a new culture and also put the lessons that you learn in the gym to use at the same time, because basically the whole Passion and Purpose project is based on principles that we learn, from fitness and inside the gym. Okay, so I want you to just go ahead, take this to heart, take this with you. Okay, think about it, let it marinate, and I will talk to you next time.